guarantee you've never seen done this way before, and it has enormous profit potential. So this is a very unique, completely revolutionary, and really represents a quantum leap forward in selling products online. And not only that, it's also breathtakingly simple, and it doesn't involve any of the usual obstacles that you may have encountered before. So it's got nothing to do with Facebook, Amazon, or China either. And what more is, it's something that requires zero special know-how or expertise and can be implemented to start making thousands of dollars in a matter of days. So my special guests today are Aiden Booth and Stephen Clayton. So Aiden started his online business back in 2005. He wanted location freedom, really, so he could travel and earn money from anywhere. And Steve, he started in 2003, I believe, after breaking free of the corporate world, and he's just never looked back. So Aiden and Steve are great teachers. They've helped thousands of students over the past decade, and I guarantee that what they have in store for you today is going to be extremely eye-opening. So make sure you listen in carefully and get ready to take notes. With that said, Aiden and Steve, welcome to the call.
Thanks for that intro, and welcome everyone to this special workshop that we have got for you here today, where we're going to be talking about the system that we've used to make over $76,000 in just 24 hours selling super simple, high profit products without needing to worry about Amazon, without needing to worry about Facebook, without placing any large inventory orders, using any overseas suppliers, or so many of the other headaches that have plagued e-commerce sellers forever. So your hosts today, hopefully some of you will know us, many of you will know us already. That's me on the left there, Aiden Booth. I'm from New Zealand originally, grew up on a sheep and beef farm in rural New Zealand, and I've lived in Buenos Aires, Argentina for about the last 15 years. And I got started online in 2005 because I was searching for geographic freedom. I met my now wife on a ski trip in the United States, and I decided that I wanted to go to Argentina, but I had no way of making money, couldn't speak Spanish, so I turned online, and that's when my sort of journey with online business began, and it's been the best thing that I ever did. Now, Steve, you come from a completely different background. Why don't you share that with everyone here today?
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you guys who don't know me, this is sort of my second career, depending on how you count it. I did a whole stint in corporate, even though I was a frustrated entrepreneur the whole time. So I did, darn near 18 years in corporate, and was a chief information officer for a public company. And I ended my corporate career as a VP for a Fortune 500 company. I'm glad I did it. I learned a lot, but I had a lot of financial freedom. They pay you pretty well when you have a job like that. But I had zero time freedom, zero geographic freedom, and I was, really, really unhappy. And I just knew that in order to be just to be my best self, in order to be happy, I knew I had to try and go out on my own. So, damn near 15 years ago now, started building online businesses, became a serial entrepreneur. And I always like to say I haven't had a real job since. And it's been a fantastic journey, one that I hope I can help you guys take as well.
Yeah, and look, the reason that we share this information is because if you're going to be sitting here with us for the next hour or so listening to us, I think it's important that you know a little bit about who we are. We've got 30 years of combined experience online at this point. We've helped thousands of students. We've got thousands of student success stories as well. And I think one of the most important things for you to know is that what we're talking about here today, this is not theory. Everything that we're sharing with you is real, in the trenches strategy that we use on a daily basis. So we've got lots of good stuff here. So right before we officially dive in, just your checklist, we want to make sure that you are 100% tuned in, because it's not every day you get the opportunity to be on a workshop, which I think is pretty important, like this one. So log out of Facebook, social media, Instagram, put your phone on silent, and get comfortable, because if you're ready, we are ready. And just do me a favor, type "I'm ready" into the chat box. And with that said, once I can see at least half of the people here typing "I'm ready," we are gonna dive in. I want to make sure you guys are engaged. So type "I'm ready" into the question box. And with that said, we are gonna dive in. Okay, looks like people are ready. So let's dive in here, guys. Here's what we are talking about today. It's a breakthrough system, a quantum leap forward in the world of selling products online, and how we've used it to generate $1.18 million in just 30 days. You're going to see the secret toolbox that we're using to run the system to make thousands of dollars every single day like clockwork. You're going to see astonishing results. You're going to see why this is no longer a game of chance, how you can control everything, and how this works faster than anything we've seen in the past. And you can see another screenshot there, $76,993. That's in just 24 hours. That's what's at stake here today. You're going to see a tester website, a real case studies that show that newbies can make this work. A simple site run by a tester which generated $140,000 in sales. Less than 1 hour to get set up. You're going to see results live. You'll see the kinds of products we're selling to make this kind of money. And I think the most important thing is you're going to see how simple all of this is. We've got huge student proof to show you to the tune of $128,000 per month. That's not one of our screenshots. That's a student screenshot. 9,800 orders, 500th order. These are people that have come in with no previous experience and are earning amazing incomes. We've got a lot of incredible success stories to share with you. And I think it's also important to know that many of the traditional obstacles have been completely eliminated. So there's no Amazon involved. There's no Facebook advertising. There's no inventory that you need to buy up front. There's no dealing with China. There's no importing from China. This is very different, I think, to what anyone here would have seen before. And you can use it to create an immediate positive cash flow. And as I keep coming back to, it really is breathtakingly simple, and you're going to see how simple it is when Steve gets into the nitty-gritty details in a few moments' time here. Plus, at the end of the workshop, we've got a gift for everyone. So stick around until the very end. We've got a gift worth $297, and we'll give you a special link to where you can download that at the end of the workshop here. And with that said, Steve, it's probably a good time for you to jump in now. I can see your screen has popped up, so take it away. I should also mention, guys, if you have just joined us, come say hello in the question box. Make sure that is working, and we've got some of our team here behind the scenes. We want you to ask questions. That's what this is all about. We want to make sure you get your questions answered. So, Steve, I'm going to put myself on mute now, and you can take it away.
Yep, absolutely. So here we are, 2020, and what Aiden said this the other day, which just completely blew me away. He's like, dude, you realize like in a couple of days, almost 10% of 2020 is already over. So, I mean, yes, we just turned the corner, but I still think we all want to have this sense of urgency. And I suspect that if you're listening to my voice right now, what you want to be doing is building your own business. So what are the options that people look at if they're new or if they already have, maybe one small business online and they want to expand? These are probably the most popular. They're probably the most popular for the reason that they are the easiest, quote unquote, to get involved in. Many variations of e-commerce are probably the absolute easiest. There are other models for sure, but I suspect that every one of you at least knows something about these models. Or you've tried them, Amazon FBA or Amazon private label, where you have your own product, Amazon wholesale, where you are buying products from wholesalers, you're buying other people's products like Rubbermaid trash cans, and you're selling those on Amazon. Affiliate marketing, where you're actually doing the advertising and marketing other people's products, and then you make a commission. Designing and developing and then selling information products. So, again, these are probably the four models that people think about most of the time when they're just starting out. And look, we love them all. We've been doing this a really long time. I don't think that there's an online business model that we don't do. We don't do a lot of Kindle anymore, but that's about the only thing. And these models are all good. So I am not here to suggest that any one of them individually suck. We built big businesses out of every single one of these models, and they can produce huge profits. We do 7 figures in all of them. But listen, the one thing that we've learned over and over again, with over a decade of teaching students and teaching tens of thousands of them, is that the most common reason that people give up is that they fail to see results quickly enough. And it's kind of human nature. That's not a criticism. I think we can all fit into that. And all of the business models that we were just talking about have obstacles that make some of them, kind of notoriously difficult, and can take, many months for the effort that goes into them to sort of materialize into sales or cash flow or success, depending on how you, define that. I mean, if you think about Amazon FBA and Amazon private label, same thing, where you're actually designing and manufacturing a product, you need a lot of capital for that, because typically you're buying 500, 1,000, sometimes 2,000 units. A lot of upfront time and effort goes into designing the product, testing the product, finding a manufacturer, and then shipping these goods often by sea. And so now that alone could take 60, 90 days. Takes a long time before you can start to, actually design a product, get it built, buy enough of them, get it to Amazon, get it sold, and so on and so forth. Cash flow is the biggest downside of that business model. Now, if you look at the Amazon wholesale model, that kind of corrects the biggest problem, because it is a very, very quick cash flow model. However, the legal side of this can be a bit of a nightmare. You need to figure out and navigate reseller certificates, licenses, corporate setups, particularly if you're outside of the United States, it can be a roadblock. And overall, the Amazon ecosystem, and this applies both for FBA and for wholesale, the Amazon ecosystem, I personally think, is reaching the point where I do think it's going to pivot in the next couple of years. But you're getting to the point where the Amazon fees and the competition and some of the complexity of the traffic within that ecosystem are making this, a lot of barriers really to entry for people. And if you think about affiliate marketing, again, from the time perspective, there's a lot of great cash flow. There's a lot of good things about all these models. But the biggest problem here is that you often have to, kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince, to use that wonderful metaphor. Because finding a great offer that how to convert, that you can build a sales funnel for, that's stable, that's evergreen, takes some time. Maybe you have to run through 4 or 5 of them. Maybe you get lucky in the first one, but you can't count on that, right? So, and this could be a great place to start, but at the end of the day, no matter how well you do with affiliate marketing, you're actually really only building someone else's business, because you don't own the product. And then if you think about information products, look, there's huge amounts of effort and cost that go into, designing training courses or, video series, PDFs, whatever it is, software. And then you have to worry about all of the marketing, sales material, copywriting, your own affiliate materials. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of things that need to go into it before you can start to see results. So of course, again, I want to stress, I am not here to bash all these business models. We love them. We do all of them. And these obstacles can all be overcome, right? But 2 issues. One is, how long is it going to take you? Because, it's really, really important. In fact, I would argue the most important thing to have early success. That's the one takeaway that we've learned after doing this for so long. The other thing to think about with all of these models is there's one make or break factor for not just all of these models, but for every single model, and that is traffic. And traffic is becoming it's always been a concern, right? It's obviously, because it's always a make or break issue for any business model. However, we'll talk about some of the reasons why it's becoming, more and more of a challenge and more of an obstacle. But traffic is the one thing, that's key to everything. If you don't have traffic, I don't care how good everything else is, you're not going to do well. So we're in kind of a weird paradox now. I've said this before, and it is never more true than right this very moment in time. As marketers, we are in the absolute best time in the history of mankind as it relates to being able to get traffic, get incredibly targeted traffic, get traffic with high commercial intent, and get it at a reasonable price. The problem, though, is what's happening is the price that we're paying for that, incredible opportunity is complexity. Facebook, Amazon, Google AdWords, and SEO, which are really the 4, big guys. These are the places where if you don't get traffic from at least, one of these sources, it's going to be a problem. These guys are becoming more and more complicated, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we discuss kind of what the solution to that problem is in a couple of minutes. But I'm sure that anybody here who's done any Facebook traffic, any Amazon pay-per-click, any Google AdWords, any SEO, you guys understand 10 years ago, it was cake. 5 years ago, it was easy. 2 years ago, yeah, it's okay. And now, for some reasons that we'll talk about, it is very, very challenging. Not to say that that's an obstacle that can't be overcome, because we all do, but it is not a place where I want a beginner to wade in. Now, I've got some other traffic sources that are a little bit easier to play with, but honestly, these are, you would think about these more as like gravy traffic sources. These are not the ones that you want to build the foundation of traffic. They are perfectly reasonable, good traffic sources, and we use them, but they're not going to, you've got to nail something on this list or something that takes the place of something on that list in order to be successful. So I don't even have to ask, because I know that you've struggled, getting traffic before. And here's the good news: the system that we're sharing with you guys today uses a secret traffic source. It's a secret hiding out in plain sight, quite frankly. It's immediate, it's targeted, it's reliable, it's easy to get, it's predictable, it's scalable. But I think the issue is, remember I was talking about, we can get a lot of traffic, we can get it cheap, we can get it highly targeted or with high commercial intent. And I said, but the trade-off is complexity. So what I submit to you is the traffic source that we're using, that we're talking about today, gives you all of those good things without the complexity. And when I say without the complexity, I mean it goes from like 11 on a scale of 1 to 10 to 0, with this traffic source. And we'll show you what it is and a little bit more information. But if you get rid of those obstacles, then it just further aligns with this objective of start earning faster, get those early runs on the board, right? So let's talk. I'm just going to take a quick drink. E-commerce has evolved quite a bit. We've been on quite a journey. Really it started, even before 2007. But back in 2007, we were, and we kind of did a jump here on this slide because there's a lot here. But there was a whole period of time where you couldn't do drop shipping even prior to that. You had to, or at least you had to find special suppliers and sort of beg them to drop ship and all that sort of stuff. But, pretty much we solved that problem. And so we had a great, system way back then. You're talking about now, amazingly, more than a decade ago. And we had search engine optimization as traffic. We had AdWords to traffic as traffic. We owned the store, we owned the customer information, and we didn't have to make big inventory orders because we had relationships with suppliers, and we basically drop shipped. So we only bought from the supplier when we had an order from a customer, and life was good, But the problem is that over time, SEO and AdWords became much more difficult and much more expensive. So it sort of drove us into the Amazon white label model. So here, and again, it was really to solve the traffic problem and some of the done for you logistics, But what you'll see in this evolution, I think the theme is that each point where we evolve, we sort of solved some of the problems, but perhaps introduced new ones. As we moved into Amazon, we started to, run into the issue of Amazon holding all the cards, Amazon owning all the customer information, us having to buy all of our inventory up front, the incredible competition, the Amazon fees that keep growing and growing, right? And the complexity within the Amazon ecosystem to get traffic. And really, you have to do your own Amazon SEO. You have to do your own Amazon AdWords, just Amazon pay-per-click. And so we solved some problems, we introduced some new ones, and then we're like, okay, well, let's try and solve some of those problems. So we moved out of Amazon in 2016, and we moved back to more of a dropship order, but still using China and using Facebook traffic, right? Because at that point, it was a lot easier to get Facebook traffic. And we use Shopify as a platform. And again, that solved lots of problems for us. You know, we didn't have to buy the inventory up front. We had a great source of traffic. It was pretty easy, but it introduced some new ones. Not the least of which was the product delivery being slow because it was from China. And then all of a sudden, Facebook started to get much more complicated. So we'll sort of get to that in a minute. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we moved over to, and by the way, when I say we moved over, we still do all of these things. The idea here is that we're trying to come up with the way, as we evolve here, we're trying to come up with the easiest path, the path of least resistance for people to build, you know, stable, you know, big online businesses and to get early success. Okay, that's kind of our whole, that's what's driving the evolution here. And as we moved into 2018, we got into Amazon wholesale, and we solved some problems and introduced, you know, some new ones. Not the least of which was now we're back on Amazon, and we sort of inherited those same problems, which, oh, by the way, in a 5-year span, they got worse as far as the ability to get traffic, to compete, and the costs. So this is a long way of saying our journey to 2020, which is, you know, we decided a year or so ago, look, we are going to move to a model. We're going to do some research. We ended up going even to Japan to do that. We're going to move to a model where we're not going to make these trade-offs anymore. We're not going to solve some problems and introduce some new ones. We're just going to solve all the damn problems. So the challenge for us, and I think where we've succeeded, is in 2020, with the model that we're talking about here today, the Kibo code, we have solved all of the problems that we have introduced over these evolutions, and we have not introduced any new ones. That is my my argument to you, and that's why, you know, this is very different. It's unique. It's revolutionary. You know, again, this is, you know, on the theme of just trying to solve all these problems. You don't need a product of your own. You don't need Facebook as a traffic source. You don't need Amazon or an Amazon account. You don't need to worry about company setups, the legal aspects, the admins. You don't have to worry about even the sales tax issue started to become problematic within Amazon, because all of a sudden Amazon, because of who they are, required you to start to collect sales tax almost from everywhere because they had a nexus everywhere. Don't worry if you don't understand that. We might talk a little bit about that later, but the bottom line is our new model solves that problem. So it gets rid of all these admin permissions, licenses, reseller certificates. You don't need any of that. Gets rid of overseas suppliers, gets rid of the need to buy inventory up front, and it gets rid of the need to be in the United States. This is the absolute easiest model to do from outside the United States while still marketing to the US market, which is, you know, again, sort of that path of least resistance, the biggest, most hungry market. One of the key differences, and this is something that we really, we'll talk about this in a second, but we learned in Japan. I don't know about you, but I'm quite certain that almost every single, you know, business opportunity course that you've ever taken starts with, first, pick a niche. It's like, okay, I'm kind of tired of that. I'm sure you're tired of that. And normally that's kind of where you start. You start with choosing a market or a niche and, you know, build some branding around that, a website, a brand name, some sales collateral, that kind of stuff. And then you search for products within that niche. Nothing wrong with that, okay? But it can take a lot of time to get that done and to make sure you get that done correctly. And then plus, you know, God forbid, you sort of pick the wrong niche and you've kind of done all this work and you're sort of like, you're kind of stuck with it unless you want to go back and start over. But what we're doing here is we're focused not on niches, we're focused on products. So we don't care so much. We don't do market or niche research. We use these simple scalable websites and we focus on these mega stores where we can sell any type of product. I don't care what it is. The key issue is it profitable? Is it going to make us money? I just don't care what it is. And this model really comes from Japan, and a company that we've been researching and reading about for a couple years now. And we finally went to Japan, and we said we're going to sort of reverse engineer this. It's a very large company, brick and mortar company called Don Quixote in Japan. And these guys make billions of dollars every year. It's one of the most successful retail operations in Japan. And they sell every single type of product you can possibly imagine. Going into one of these stores is like one of the ones we went into in Tokyo. I think it was 9 floors. And there wasn't an inch of shelf space that wasn't covered with everything from towels to TVs to trench coats to Tamagotchis to, I mean, absolutely anything you could possibly think of. And they have a really unique way of doing things. They load up their storefronts with these different products. Now, mind you, they apply some metrics. They don't just put anything in there. They have, you know, some metrics that they look at as far as market demand and margins and availability and all that sort of stuff. And they load up their storefronts with these different products. They see what sells. They place the best-selling products in the more visible places, and they just get rid of the ones that don't sell. And they just sort of continue to do that. You know, add products, test, replace, optimize their positioning, and boosting their sales and increasing their profits until they have a store just kind of stacked full of crap that makes them money. And you know, it's an elegant model that's fairly simple. It's a little bit complicated to do with brick and mortar, but boy, when you apply it to online, it is so much easier. So we were kind of reverse engineered this model and brought it online, and we're able to test these products in multiple niches all at the same time. And then we get this traffic method to immediately position the products at the top of the search engines for the most profitable keywords. By the way, we do that without even having to know what the most profitable keywords are, which I swear I will tell you how we do that shortly. And we're able to target people who are actively looking to buy and get this instant buyer traffic, and then just get rid of the ones that don't sell and keep the ones that do. So what do you think you get at the end of that? You get an online store full of products that all convert to sales and profits. And it takes, you know, like a minute to set this thing up, and then, you know, you get traffic immediately. You can test fast. You can, we'll show you one slide of a beta tester who, you know, the first day made hundreds of dollars in sales. And that's, you know, that's very much the norm, you know. And it's fast. We make money almost instantly, and then we scale. And there's no market research, no product creation, no inventory, no messing about with Facebook and Amazon. I mean, look, this is what we're talking about. This is the order of magnitude. Here's a couple of test stores for the month of November. 30-day sales periods, over 4,000 orders, 4,500 orders in each, 354,000 in sales in one, 260,000 in another. These numbers are, you know, I know they're crazy during, you know, stuff like this, but I don't know how else to say it. They're attainable, they're doable. You know, one of the key points is that, you know, why would you want to just sell one product in one niche when you can, you know, this is the Don Quixote method, right? Sell 50 profitable products in multiple niches and make 50 times as much money. Is this, I've been talking a while here, just give me a yes or a no. If this is making sense, just give me a yes or no. You don't have to tell me anything. Okay, yes. Somebody said, somebody was saying Christmas sales. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just had to, you know, we were doing this prior to this, so it just kind of worked out that way. So yeah, I mean, definitely sales are going to be better during the holidays for sure. But you know, cut it in half. I mean, still, which, you know, it's not that much of an impact. So thanks for that, by the way. That's super helpful. It looks like everybody's kind of on board. So what do you need to get started with this? You kind of need three things. You need a platform that converts. So you need a website, a shopping site, whatever you want to call it. You need products that you can sell, and you need that traffic source. So, you know, what we've done is we've been spending our time putting together the best practices, you know, of a site. You know, if you start from scratch, you got to worry about, all right, well, what colors should the site be? What buttons should be on there? How should the fonts look? How should the descriptions look? You know, where should the pictures be? Where's the add to cart button? All this kind of crap. You know, what we've done is we've gotten rid of all of that. So we essentially have, you know, a theme or you know, a foundation, a structure. You just push a button and there you go. The store's ready. It's ready for you to then do the next thing, which is find products. And we're going to talk about this, but you know, the bottom line is we want to get rid of all the roadblocks and everything. So we have all the products. So we have a database right now of about 3 million products. And we'll talk much more about this shortly, but you're also going to see how we wanted to go one step further and give you 5 products, so that you don't have to worry about this, and you don't have to worry about picking the wrong products or anything like that. We're going to talk a lot more about that because it's really, really key. You're also going to see how valuable 5 products can be, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then you're going to launch your campaign, your traffic source, which is super, super easy. You're going to pay for very cheap clicks that you absolutely know will turn into a profit. And I'll discuss the traffic in just 1 second, okay? And then, it's just about making sales and profits, optimizing the campaigns, keep testing the products. You're going to have an endless supply of products. So you're going to end up with, these high converting products that make you the most money. And, it's just really about rinsing and repeating at that point. Finding these additional products. You can go from 100 a day to 1,000 to 2,500 beyond. You could build more stores. You could do this in a bunch of different ways, which, obviously we'll show you. But just to give you some idea about how valuable these products are, okay? And like you're going to see a couple of case studies, and these are not product catalogs of 50 products. It's like 3 different products, that make up the sales. So, but if you can sort of think through like the scale here and the order of magnitude, you got one product that makes 12 sales a day, which is very, very reasonable, and about $70 a pop. If you find one of these products each month out of a database of 3 million, and that database is increasing every single day, and we're going to give you 5 anyway, so it's not really hard to find 3, especially because we're giving you 5. But anyway, if you find one, 12 sales a day, you're at 840 a day, just like that. Month 2, find another one. Month 3, find another one. And, pretty soon now you're at 3 products, 12 sales a day at $70, and you're at, over $2,500 a day. It's pretty easy math, and it's pretty easy to see and understand and scale. And this is the kind of thing that is happening with our beta testers. So let's talk about the traffic source, because we've been alluding to that. And we use the shopping platforms. It's the biggest secret that is hiding out there in plain sight. And the reason, I've talked a little bit about this, but I love these next couple slides because they really encapsulate what I'm talking about here. It is insane the amount of power, right? I keep talking about this, that we have as marketers for traffic. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. But the complexity is off the charts. Facebook is insane. There is so much to learn there. 11 different ad types, 28 ad positions, 9 different call to action buttons, split tests, pixels, lookalike audiences. I mean, it's crazy to try and learn this. You'll spend a year learning it, and then the minute you're an expert, what will happen is Facebook will make changes, which they do every single day. And then I'm not even talking about the graphic design and copywriting that you need. I mean, look at the ads that you're starting to see in your Facebook newsfeed. These are not done by people like me, who suck at graphic design. I can probably make my way through the copywriting, but God help us if I'm responsible for graphic design. Every single one of them looks like they were created by, an MBA guy who's been doing Mad Men advertising for 20 years. Colleges are offering entire degrees in social media marketing. This has just really been a big change in the last few years. The game has completely changed. And then let's talk about SEO, for crying out loud. And by the way, this applies to both AdWords and Facebook. And if you look at SEO, I mean, look, let's say you want to learn SEO. Great, buy that book. It's 1,000 freaking pages. And oh, by the way, the minute you get that book, it is out of date. Because one of the dirty little secrets is that Google doesn't even know what their algorithm does anymore. They really don't. They really do not. They can change it, they can modify it, but at the end of the day, the results, the search engine results that they get are actually, they're sometimes a surprise to them. And Facebook, has really swung the pendulum here with being, protectionist, and is closing accounts, and much like AdWords back 10 years ago, which has changed dramatically. I mean, look, here's Aiden. Aiden just got his account closed. Now, what did he do? Who the hell knows? Who knows? There's no real written rules because they're changing it every minute, so fast. So these are all the challenges that we're faced with. But the Google shopping and Bing shopping platforms and a couple other of these shopping platforms, they're hilarious. All you do, right, is you say, hey, I've got one of these to sell. That's it. That's it. You don't have to do, these ad types, ad positions, call to action buttons, split tests, keywords. You don't even have to do keywords. No pixels, no split tests, no lookalike audiences. Everything. What you basically do is you end up like this, okay? And you say to Google, look, I got one of these things to sell. I don't understand all the complexity of this whole advertising thing. So do me a favor. Could you please just show my product when you think people are looking for it? And if you think about it, that is the best thing to do because that is the one thing that they do really, really well. I am certain that everyone that can hear my voice has had the experience where they start to type something in Google and it's like, holy shit, Google knows exactly what I was looking for before I even got 2 characters typed out. They just nail this. And then Bing just copies everything that they do. But they know, I don't care what you type in. You could have typed in HAP and they would have already known that you actually were looking for a hamster cage. And it's a conversation for another day, but it's because they know absolutely everything about us and there's no privacy left in the world. So the reason why this is so revolutionary, right, is because it gives you all the good, much like the whole theme here of the evolution, right? It gives you all of the good, right? You get all the traffic, you get cheap traffic, you get highly converting traffic, good commercial intent, easy, fast, you get all that without the complexity. And you basically just say, yeah, Google, could you just please take care of that for me? It's amazing. You don't have to work, you don't have to copyright, you don't have to do graphics, nothing. So I don't want to say nobody's using this. Of course, people are using this, but it's not very sexy. Google does not make as much, anywhere near as much money on this, so they don't talk about it. It just quietly lives in the background. And the most successful e-commerce people take great advantage of it. So it's just kind of hiding out there in plain sight. So look, this is just some things to think about. This is kind of a one-time setup. It's quick and easy. You set up your store, and then from there you can, and we'll show this later on. You could just push buttons and test out products. It's very, very easy. You don't need to talk to customers. You never need to see or handle the products you're selling. Maybe a year from now you want to. You want to increase your margins. Maybe you want to go from 40% margins to 60% margin because you already know you sell 20 of these a day. You're going to buy 5,000 of them. You're going to get your warehouse. So it's not that you don't, it's not that you never can, it's just that you don't have to. And that's the beauty here, is that we're trying to solve the problems that we've introduced in the past and not introduce any new ones, okay? And then the traffic solution, I've kind of beat that to a dead horse, but dead horse here. But it's something that, if you're using Facebook, you don't have a freaking clue what you're ultimately going to pay for traffic, and it's really a hope-based strategy. No traffic issues, no risk, very low competition, very high profit, very fast results, no supplier headaches. And you only need a few products. We've got a lot of stories. What we do, we always do this, right? So our model is we test things, we build businesses. Everything that works, we end up teaching because we love to teach, And believe me, there's plenty of shit that doesn't work that you never see, because why, we're not going to teach you that. But one of the things that we do before we teach it is we get together a small group of beta testers. And we have to make sure that not only does it work for us, but it works for others, and that we can train people and we can, results are reproducible. So, one of the early ones was JB, and we helped him get his site up and, showed him our product strategies and gave him the traffic strategy, let him run with it. And this was his first 14 days. So almost 17,000 dollars there. So you can see all the gory details. Okay, very, very. And for people who are going to talk about returns at some point, that's an even lower return rate. Usually you see around 1%. We'll talk about that during Q&A, but very, very small, very small. So incredibly impressive. I'm sure that everybody would like to have their first 14 days look something like that. Got another beta tester here. This was the first day, $316.13. Now, that's not going to blow you away. That's not going to be life-changing. But I tell you what, the person who makes that on the first day is going to stick with it and get to their day 6, and that's going to be a $1,300 day, and their day 30, and that's going to be a $2,174 day. And look at this. This is the same beta test, 10-week test. 141,000 in net sales, 154,000 in sales, 13,000 returns, 141,000 in net sales, and a very, very high profit margin, in this case, $70,000. And we're talking about 3 products, guys. And this is today, well, I think this is actually like 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. So about 2 days ago, and $2,16000. And that's with the same 3 products. It's just mind blowing.
So guys, give me a 1 in the question box if this is making sense to everyone so far. I want to make sure that that we're not going losing anyone here. Give me a 2 if it's too complicated. And just I should add that we've had so many questions rolling in. Keep them coming. We're doing our best behind the scenes here, but we do have a huge audience on. So if we don't get to your question immediately, it's not that we're ignoring you. We're just we're just battling to keep up here. So okay, cool. Looks like you're getting an idea for how this works. Now, just before I continue, I've got built into the slides some examples of different products and stuff here, but I can sort of go off script a little bit if you'd like me to. Give me a yes if you want me to sort of leave the slides and show you some more in-depth look at one of our websites, one of these tester websites that's absolutely crushing it. I want to make sure at least half of you give me a yes in the question box if we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, lots. Okay, the yeses are now pouring in. Okay, fantastic. So let me just come up here. So this here is what the sort of website homepage looks like. At the top, we've got a couple of featured products. Further down, we've got sort of categories. And one of the things you'll notice is that we're not just in one category. We do sell in these types of stores. We do sell, kitchen appliances, gadgets and gizmos, home furniture, things for pets, things for the outdoors. It's not just one specific niche, and that's a huge advantage. Here is drilling down into the drones category on this particular store. You can see, look at some of the different drones that the store is selling and the prices of them. These are not things that are $10, $15. And one of the reasons that we can sell higher priced products is because this is not interruption-driven traffic. This is high-quality traffic who are actively seeking to find these things. So that's another huge advantage. We can sell higher priced items, again, without needing to buy any inventory up front and get higher margins. This is sort of down towards the bottom of the website. We get get into some more of the reviews that people have left. And then this product here is one of the ones that we've made, this website's made a lot of sales with. It's a drone, sells for $69. And if we come in to the dashboard here, you can see this is a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, over $2,000 in one day. This is the last 7 days. You can see $9,800 in the last 7 days. The last 90 days, look at that, $156,000 in the last 90 days. And then this is yesterday, 1,562. So, this store sort of, goes between, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, sometimes above 2,000 per day, and works on around about a 50% net margin. So it's a pretty exciting store. Give me a 1 in the question box if you'd be pretty happy, even if we could show you how to build something that would earn just 10% of this. Give me a 1 if that would be, yeah, right. I think most people would be pretty happy with that. You can see in the last 90 days, $156,000 dollars, and again, that would represent around about $75,000 net profit, all said and done. So that's a bit of a look on the inside, and hopefully you found that useful, and that's really what's at stake here. So the critical points. JB, like other testers, had no prior experience with this system before he got his website up and going. Took him less than an hour to get set up, made money on the very first day, quickly scaled to $2,500. And just imagine 10 weeks from now being able to be earning $2,500 per day and making a profit of upwards of $1,000. I mean, that to me represents life-changing income for most people, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. And heck, even if after 10 weeks you were only earning 10% of that, I think most people would be pretty happy with $250 a day. That's pretty close to $100,000 a year. So that's what we're talking about. And finding just 3 winning products per year could equate to $850 grand per year, with your average profit margin being 50%. So if you're doing $850 grand a year, that represents $425,000 in profit. That's cash in the bank. So give me a yes in the question box if you can see the potential here. I really want to hammer this home. Just a couple of products can make you thousands of dollars per day. That's how this works. And by the way, we haven't even spoken about this, but you can cash out whenever you want to. Here are 2 websites that we've sold. That first one up the top there, we sold for $921,000. $921,000. You can see the date when the money was deposited into the bank account. We got an $880 deposit in there on the 20th of June. Here's another one that we sold. $544,000 is what we sold it for. We got a $300,000 deposit. You can see the different terms. So in this one, we got a $300,000 deposit, and then the rest was paid out, an installment according to the contract. But the point is, how you can build real assets here that you can sell on. Give me a 1 if you would be pretty happy with selling a website for 6 figures. Now, silly question. I know it's a silly question, but I really want to get you thinking about this, because this is what's possible when you're building real assets, and we can build these things at speed. That's part of speed and scale are the name of the game here. So the question you're probably asking right now is, can you really do this? And the answer is yes. And here's why: because over the past 12 months, we've been working with a small group of these beta testers. Steve spoke a little bit about these people with no previous experience, and training them up, and they've been getting astonishing results. $128,000 in a single month. These are regular people that are getting life-changing results. Esborn says, I followed Steve and Aidan's training together with my brother, and the business we started went to 7 figures in the first year. Jansen says, after working with Steve and Aidan, I was able to build internet-based business from zero to nearly $100,000 revenue within the first year. And then, the stories go on. We rocketed to what is now a multi-million-dollar business. Aidan and Steve, genuine interest and invaluable input along the way are greatly appreciated. These are just regular people, and there's lots more faces here, and because we've helped hundreds and hundreds of different people. Then we've got Mike, who's built his business from nothing to over $1 million in sales using our training. Brett in Australia, who says Steve and Aidan deliver in bucket loads and genuinely care about the outcome for their students. You got Scott, who went from $10,000 to $100,000 per month in the space of 5 months once he started working with us. And we want you to be the next success story. We get a real kick out of helping people like you, and we are absolutely certain that you can do it. And this is why we're so excited to have the opportunity to show you how to do it. And we've put together a complete package of training, tools, and hand-holding support to give you everything you need to change your life with this amazing system. And I'm pretty excited right now, and proud as well, to introduce the Kibo Code. This is a revolutionary and radically different system that we use to generate up to $76,000 per day. Now, in Japanese, Kibo means scale, and scale is the name of the game here. Scale and speed, being able to start from zero and hit $100 per day, scale to $1,000 per day, to $2,500 per day as quickly as possible. And everything you need to do this is included in the Kibo Code. So we've got 7 core components that I'm going to walk through here. The first is called Central Intelligence. Central Intelligence is the core 8-week training designed to specifically fast track you to expert level. It's the A to Z guide of each area of the system and how to start from scratch and begin making money. So we've got step-by-step videos, strategy manuals, live weekly webinars, mind maps, and much, much more. It's truly exhaustive with no stone left unturned. You're going to see how you can turbocharge setup so that you can see income in as little as 48 hours of being live. Now, all the training will be delivered directly by us along with our team of experts. The Central Intelligence has got a value of $9,997. StoreStorm is next, and StoreStorm gives you speed and execution. I keep saying it, speed and scale are the name of the game. And what StoreStorm lets you do is build the perfect error-free store with the click of a mouse, saving you time and headaches. It will help you convert your traffic into customers on autopilot using our rigorously tested proprietary ThemeX setup, which is built on the back of hundreds of split tests and over 4 million visitors. This is pretty impressive. If website creation and building landing pages has been something you've struggled with in the past, these headaches will be completely eliminated. All of our experience, expertise, and infrastructure is poured into this. This has got a value of $6,497. Component number 3 is Profit Vault. Now, Profit Vault will let you pinpoint the highest quality, most profitable products to sell from a gigantic in-house repository of over 3 million products. You can analyze tens of thousands of products in a matter of seconds. You can suck your chosen products right into your store effortlessly at the push of a button with zero technical know-how. We've eliminated all of the boring, time-consuming, and quite frankly, risky product research. This is going to save you days, even weeks. Now, again, this is about speed and scale. This one's got a value of $4,997. Guys, I'm going to go off script again here. Now, if I can get enough of you typing yes in the question box, if half of you give me a yes in the question box, I'll go over and actually give you a tour of Profit Vault and show you how it all works. So let's see, I'll give you a chance. Just type yes in the question box if you want to go and have a look at this. Otherwise, we can stay on the slides, and that's also fine. Yep, okay, lots of yeses rolling in. So here we go. So Steve, I don't know if you want to chime in here, but this is the inside of one of these amazing tools that we've built, and we're inside this picked for you section.
Yeah, no, definitely. How I love software demos. So keep in mind, guys, we're on our development environment here because so this is all test data, so the pricing and stuff is not accurate because we're in the middle of migrating huge databases, 3 million, into our production environment for you guys. But it'll give you an idea of what we're talking about here. Now, there's a lot that we could share here, but I think we're going to focus on products because, like building your store is sort of anticlimactic because it's like, okay, push a button. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to focus on products. So here's the concept. We've got a sub database. So we talked about this 3 million products and so on. But separate from that, we've essentially carved out the cream, all right? We have curated manually products where we can give each of you 5 of these products, and they are the best out there. We have picked less than or about a half a percent of every product we look at makes it into the cream. And that doesn't mean that the rest of the products are shit, quite the contrary. What it just means is that, again, we are trying to get things moving for you as fast as humanly possible, okay? So the way you're going to do this, it's a little bit of a nice, fun game. There's no advantage to getting in here and being able to do it sooner than someone else because they are all good. Remember, this is all cream. And you're going to be able to look at products and, Ian's kind of looking at them now, and you can, you'll be able to click that plus button and you'll be able to add it to your stable of products. And once you pick it, it will no longer be shown to anyone, okay? That's yours. And you can pick 5, and then if you go into your products, you'll see that they'll start to hang out there. And from there, you'll be able to publish those, right to any stores that you have, which you can have, multiple stores. So the idea is you find your products that you want to play with out of the cream, and then you'll be able to get those 5. They will be yours. They will be in your stable. And then if you go over to products, Aiden, and you go into the product analyzer, now here's when we start to get into the database of 3 million. Now, keep in mind, again, there are two things to note here: lots of test data, nothing that's meaningful in here. And there are also other search criteria that will be in here in production that we didn't necessarily want to talk about right now, just because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and try and train everybody on things. But it just gives you an idea of what's possible. And then from here, you'll be able to also add these to your products, and they all show up, right in your products, and the ability to click and publish. So hopefully that gives you like just a quick, there's a lot that we could talk about, but product-centric look at the kind of tool set that we're talking about, and the whole way that we're talking about making this just easier for you.
Yeah, and I think one other thing just to keep in mind there is that being able to slice and dice products and filter out the ones which are absolutely the cream of the crop in a matter of seconds. I mean, if you were doing that manually, you could do it manually, but it would be, finding a winner would be like finding a needle in a haystack, whereas here we've got a tool which automatically pulls all the needles out of the haystack, all these golden little products, and you can find these little nuggets of gold and publish them immediately. So that's one of the real key things here. Now, just to recap, component number one was the core 8-week training. That's a central intelligence. The second component was Store Storm, which gives you the speed and execution to create these perfect error-free stores at the click of a button. Then we've got Profit Vault. We took a quick look inside our amazing repository just a few moments ago. And the fourth is the traffic black box. Now, every last secret we know about this uber lucrative shopping platform traffic that Steve spoke about is shared with you in this part of the Kibo Code. It's a step-by-step. You're going to get a step-by-step action plan that'll get you reeling in dozens of customers and hundreds of dollars every single day, even if you failed miserably at generating any kind of traffic in the past. You're going to find out how to completely and permanently obliterate the old traffic hurdles that most people have faced, see how to get dirt cheap clicks and vastly higher profits without having to write any ad copy whatsoever. And you're even going to learn how we use Kibo funnels to double or even triple your sales. This has got a value of $4,997. Component number 5 is Oracle X. This is about more big shortcuts, custom built tools to improve store performance, to help you make more money per visitor, software to increase credibility and user experience, additional systems to accelerate profits and triple the rate at which you can build your business. And again, what we're doing here is not only helping you make more money, but saving you money as well. We spent 8 months, over $200,000 in developing Oracle X. It's got a value of $6,497. And the handpicked products. Steve mentioned a moment ago, we're giving you 5 unique handpicked products to get started. These are genuine money-making products. They will remove any guesswork on your part. As we've shown you and as we've been talking about, you only really need 1 or 2 products to make a lot of money. 3 products could be generating $2,500 per day. We're going to be giving you 5 just for good measure. We can do that because we've got an enormous database of products, unlike anything that has ever existed out there for these types of products before. So again, the handpicked products, the name of the game here is speed and scale. We are helping you get results faster and helping you scale by giving you a huge shortcut with these 5 handpicked products. And then component number 7 is the Kibo Academy, exclusive members-only community and support desk, multiple avenues of assistance so you can get questions answered. Even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, we've got a private email-based system which will be manned 365 days a year, rapid response help desk where our team of expert coaches will be on call. We've literally helped thousands of people build successful online businesses, and we can help you solve any problem that you may have. And just to reiterate that first point, we will have an amazing community where you can interact with your other Kibo Code members as well. This has got a value of $1,497. So as I hope you can see, this is ultra comprehensive training. It's not just training, it's tools and software to help you every step of the way, literally everything you need to start making money using this system immediately. And anyone can do it. Even if you've only got just 5 or 10 hours per week, you can get started and you can start making money with this. Now, brace yourself, because we've got something even more exciting to talk about, which we haven't mentioned just yet. And that is that as a member, you're also going to get a free all-access pass to Kibo 2020, our live event. Now, this is 2 days face-to-face of exclusive live sessions with insider training, tactics, and strategies. You're going to hear from expert speakers, some of whom make $10 million per year, secrets for doubling, even tripling your revenue and profits, proven tactics to dramatically increase website traffic, actionable growth strategies that you can apply with immediate effect, breakout sessions. There'll be plenty of content, training and help for everyone. And you're going to come away from this armed with a treasure chest of secrets and strategies and quite frankly, a true competitive edge. You're going to leave the event feeling inspired and excited, equipped with a wealth of knowledge, and you're going to be able to make a lot more money because of it. Now, if you're unable to come to the live event, which will be held in the United States, don't worry, we have a solution for you. And I'll get to that in just a second, because if you become a Kibo Code member today, you'll get exclusive access to 3 special bonuses. These are very limited, and they require that you take action today. The first is the Kibo 2020 live event recordings. So again, if you can't make it to the live event, as long as you jump in today, you will get all of the recordings, so you'll be able to watch them from the comfort of your own home. You'll also get a secret mastermind. Now, this is where we'll dive into advanced workshops with additional tactics, formulas, and strategies. And then bonus number 3 is 7-figure scaling secrets. This is exclusive training revealing how to scale your business to a 7-figure run rate. It's got a value of $4,497. Now, over the years, Steve and I, we've helped and we've seen people get to 6 figures, but people seem to struggle to really kick on to 7 figures, and that's what this bonus is all about. So remember, this requires absolutely no experience. If you can read, if you can watch, then you are already overqualified. We provide all the the websites, tools, instructions, and training that you could possibly need, and we've done all of the heavy lifting, making this just as streamlined and as push button as it could possibly be. The obstacles are eliminated. There are no traffic issues. There's very low risk. There's virtually no competition. You get very high profit margins, rapid results, unlike anything we've seen before, and there are no supplier headaches. Plus, you only need 1, 2, 3 products, and you can be making $2,500 per day. This is the perfect opportunity for people who are struggling to make money online, or people who are looking for a realistic way to supplement their day job income. Online business owners who are already making a decent income but want to make a lot more. It only requires 5 to 10 hours per week. So it's something that you can add into what you're already doing without it being a major disruption in your life. Now, we've spent 10 years helping thousands of people, and we've seen that when people succeed online, it can give them unlimited family time, and how much free time would you like to have each week? A secure retirement. By the way, how much money do you need for that? Would one of these products making $1,000 per day, would that be decent for a secure retirement? I think for most people it probably would. Or the chance to be your own boss and work from home without an alarm clock. This is something that I cherish every morning when I wake up and I'm able to see my kids multiple times during the day, or to give your kids the opportunities that you never had. Look, the bottom line is you get financial freedom that you've always wanted, the location freedom to be where you want to be, and the ultimate time freedom to live life on your terms. So what does it take to join us? The actual value of everything you're receiving here is huge. It's bigger than anything that we have ever put together in the past. If you were to add up those individual components, you'd get to $39,479. And we've got these extras in as well. The live event, which is going to be a complete game changer. The recordings, the mastermind, the 7-figure scaling bonus as well. The extras alone have got a value of $23,000. Now, the total value of the Kibo Code and everything that we've packaged up for you here today is $62,967. And if you consider that just one website, one beta tester website, I might add, made $155,000 in the last 90 days, or how just one of our websites can make $74,000 in a 24-hour period, hopefully you can see that this is incredibly valuable stuff, and it really is unlike, I think, anything that we've ever seen or put together before. Now, there are 3 critical limitations. The first is that we can only accept a small number of people in. Coaching support takes time. Plus, we're giving you, don't forget, we're giving you, people that jump in, 5 products. So we have a strict maximum number of members, and we will shut down as soon as we hit that. We're going to start with the training on Friday, so we have a firm time deadline as well. We need to get you into the members area, get you up to speed and ready for the training. And then the third limitation is, we have no plans to ever reopen. We've not reopened any of our last 7 major training programs. We only do this once a year, and this is by far the most exciting that we have ever done. Once the doors are closed, they are closed. This is immensely valuable. You won't pay $62,967, and you won't pay $14,997 either. If all this does is get you to the point where you're earning just 10% of what one of the tester website makes, would that be worth paying $9,997 for? Hopefully you can see that it would. If just got to 10%, you can see that image on the left there. If you could make $10,000 every 60 days, would that be worth paying $9,997 for? Hopefully you can see that it would. Or if all this does is allow you to simply quit your day job or pay off your debts, live debt-free, would that be worth investing $9,997? And hopefully you can see that it would. We've got mastermind students who pay $12,000 per year, and what you're getting today is beyond cutting edge. It's beyond anything we have ever done before for our mastermind or otherwise. The value is really, it is enormous. So $1,997. You can get complete access today for 4 payments of $997, and you can get started for even less. We've got a one-time payment option, which is $3,497. And if you take that option, that'll give you an immediate $491 discount. But we do have the split payment option as well for people who want to get in at the $997 price point. So you can get in for $997 if you want to. That's a monthly payment, 4 payments, or the one-time payment of $3,497. You can see the link on the screen there. We'll get that in the chat box, and you can use that link to get started, make your investment, and you'll get immediate access to the members area. Now, I want you to know that you've got zero risk. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you aren't seeing amazing results within 30 days, then we don't want your money. We are so convinced that you're going to be able to get this set up so fast. It's so easy to get set up, and it's so quick that you will know well within 30 days whether or not this is working for you. And if you just change your mind, it can be one day from now, 29 days from now, it doesn't matter. Inside of 30 days, you can get your money back, no questions asked. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. Now, you might be wondering, okay, great, I'm 100% covered for the investment in the Kibo code, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? Well, we're pretty excited again today to announce that we've got a double your money back guarantee. So here's how this works, and this is a big deal, and I hope you can see just how confident we are that we can get you making money with this. As long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation, actively use our support system and our tools and our resources, we guarantee to not only refund your purchase, but double your money back if for some weird reason you're unable to make sales in your first 60 days. You have absolutely zero risk. We want to change your life. We don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. And you've got nothing to lose here and everything to gain. But you need to take action now. Don't wait any longer to start up. Spaces are limited. This will fill up fast. And spaces are going to be taken. And when they are, that's it. There'll be a sold out sign, and that'll be it. No one else will be able to come in. So you do need to move fast if you want to get this. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't remember seeing an opportunity like this in the world of e-commerce for as long as I can remember, over a decade of doing this online. So if you want to be a part of this, don't wait any longer. Head over to the link you can see on the screen there and sign up. But a word of warning, as soon as we hit capacity, a sold-out page will appear and no one else will be able to get in. So you really do need to take action now to make sure that you don't miss out. And waiting just one more day to register could risk letting someone else get your spot. This is not some kind of a false scarcity. This is just a reality. You also risk, a technical issue, life, or anything else getting in your way. But right now, you're here with us. You're listening to this, and you've got the opportunity to jump in. But you need to do it, because once the registration period ends, that's it. 0 extra people will be allowed in. You can see the link on the screen there. We'll get that in the chat box for you, and you can use that to jump in. Now, we do have something called the Fast 30. If you are one of the first 30 people to invest in the Kibo code on this live workshop, we will reward you with a special additional bonus. This is the profit calculator. Now, the profit calculator shows you exactly how many sales you'll need each month to hit your income goals. It's a cool little tool. I can play around with this, for quite a long time, throwing different numbers into it and seeing what it spits out, and you'll get access to that. And also for the first 30 people who invest on this workshop, you'll be invited to participate in cutting-edge tool development and get early access as a Kibo tester. Now, Kibo testers get first use of new tools and functionality before we roll them out to the wider member group. So by jumping in right now, being part of the first 30 people to jump in, then you'll get this. So what I need you to do right now is comment "I'm in" or "in process" into the chat box. If you've already jumped in, then type "I'm in." That gives us a record of your name and we can see that you've jumped in. If you are in the process of jumping in, you haven't finished yet, just type "in process" so that we can get your name down there as well, and you'll get access to the profit calculator and of course one of the Kibo testers. So you'll be part of that Fast 30 group.
Hey, it's John Crestani again. Just wanted to jump in here and say how excited I am for everyone on this call. The model is a real game changer, and you know what? I absolutely recommend that anyone interested in this model get the Kibo code today. So really great teaching, really great instruction. Thank you, Aiden and Steve, for helping us out today and going over this unique system. Aiden, I'll hand it back to you to go back over some questions now.
Thanks for that. We are going to take some questions. So, and just before we do that, let me just, I want to read out a few of the names of people that are jumping in here, and I won't read. Well, okay, it looks like we may have already had 30 people jump in, but we will, if you jump in right now, we'll make sure that you're part of that first group. Okay, I'm not going to read out, I am actually not going to read out names, but the chat box is just overloaded. So guys, go ahead and jump in. Once you have finished jumping in, please come back to the question box, type "I'm in" so that we get a record here. What we do later is we download the chat log from this workshop, and then we can manually assign access to those additional bonuses. Okay, so Steve, I know that we've had hundreds of questions actually roll in. Do you want to take a few of the ones that you've seen pop up there now?
Yeah, I'm trying to pick what I'll try and do is just sort of pick the ones that I think will have the most value in answering, as a group here. So they're all over the place. So unfortunately, I don't have a really good sorting mechanism. But one of the things that comes up, why is this not saturated yet? And I think it's a pretty easy one to answer. I always talk about the e-commerce opportunity as it's practically infinite. I know that's ridiculous in that there's nothing that's really infinite, but the amount of products that can be, marketed and the availability of traffic, it just makes it so that it's damn close to being infinite, or at least for practical purposes anyway. So there really is no problem with this at all. And there's sort of a question that people ask alongside of this, which is, and I get this, every year, if this is so great, why are you teaching it? Why not just hoard it for yourself? And, my answer is always, well, why can't I do both? Because, we love building these businesses. We like making money. We like doing all this stuff. We've got lots of different things that we're working on. But we love to teach, and we love to, work with other people and help them realize their dreams. So for crying out loud, there's enough to go around. We can do both. There have been some discussions around tariffs, and I can tell you that we're using just U.S. suppliers because we only want to. We don't want to deal with having to deal with the time it takes to get stuff from China and some of the other complexities and quality issues and stuff like that. So no, tariffs are not an impact here. Can I do this from outside the U.S.? Absolutely. This is probably the easiest thing we have ever done for people outside of the United States. And mostly the reason there is because you don't have to worry about anything to do with, company setup or reseller certificates or anything like that. In fact, I didn't really talk about this. For those of you who know what a reseller certificate is, what we focused on for all of the picked for you products, every single one of them do not require a reseller certificate. So it's a complete obstacle that's removed. The other thing is that right now we focused on building our database of products that also don't require a reseller certificate. So 95% of our 3 million products do not require a reseller certificate. Now, as we build onto the database, we will lift that restriction. But that's okay, because there's plenty to build your business, and as you get your admin side and your company set up, if you ever want to do that, you'll be able to expand. A couple people are asking, well, gosh, this is how long do I have to wait until I make a sale? And if you follow the training and do what we tell you to do, okay, you will make sales in February, period. Now, January is almost over, but you will make sales in February, okay? So that's kind of the time frame that we're talking about. People are asking, well, what else do I need to buy? Yeah, so look, like always, we have tried really, really hard to make sure that there are no extra costs. You never have any upsells from us. You never have any extra costs from us. We don't make any money on you. We're not a middleman. We're not making money on these products or anything like that. So you got to buy a domain. There are a couple of plugins that we're talking about tens of dollars here, that are required for sure. And we do use Shopify. So there are some small costs that we just couldn't get rid of. But again, we're not here trying to push things to make any money off of that. It's just that these are best practices things that are kind of required, and we try to make them as small as possible. How do I find suppliers? You don't need to find suppliers. You really won't need to. You can. We originally thought we had to focus on, well, we can let people find it, which you can. I mean, you can find your own if you want, but the whole focus of what we try to deliver here is you just should not need to find your own suppliers ever, period. Who creates the product images? They're actually in there already from the suppliers, and I forget if we showed that on the demonstration. Let's see. How do you deal with returns? So the easiest way when you're first getting started is you're going to be dealing with a small handful of suppliers and of products, and those returns will go directly to the supplier. And when they get to the supplier, you'll get credited back, and that's when you can credit back your customer. So you're never going to be out of sort of a negative cash flow. There were some questions about sales tax, and I won't go too far down this rabbit hole, but suffice to say that when you're selling within the Amazon ecosystem, sales tax is a nightmare because you basically have to collect and report sales tax everywhere that Amazon has an office, which essentially is like everywhere. So when you're creating a model like this, the only sales tax you ever have to worry about dealing with is your home state. And you typically don't even have to worry about that until you reach a certain level of sales in your home state. So think about this. If you're in North Carolina and you're starting this business, then you only have to worry about sales in North Carolina. So in other words, goods that are shipped to people in North Carolina. Well, that's going to be a very small percentage of your overall revenue. And you only have to worry about that once you reach a certain level, depending on your state. And so it should give you plenty of breathing room to start a very successful business and make a lot of good money before you ever have to worry about this. Okay, so don't sweat anything to do with sales tax. And then if you're outside of the country, you don't have any sales tax liability because you don't have what they call a nexus in the United States. So the only reason that the North Carolina person had to collect sales tax was because of that. Just looking for, how do I receive payments, right? So there are a lot of options for this. most people will use Stripe and or PayPal, and they're easy. And it is available in, I forget the number of countries. It's like 150 countries or something like that. So we did a lot of research on that to make sure that, you know, nobody was going to be hurt by that. Can I have multiple sites? You can have as many sites as you want. You can use as many products as you want. You can do anything that you want with any of this stuff. And these sites are yours. They are your businesses. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Is this really no touch? You know, I mean, is it really like that? Do I never have to see a product or anything? Absolutely. But, you know, again, a year from now, you know, if you've got a really successful store, maybe you're making 40% profit margin, you see an opportunity, if you want, I mean, you know, to say, well, maybe I'll buy in bulk and I'll, you know, have a 50% or 60% profit margin or something. So maybe someday, but the key is you can do it on your terms, okay? Is the traffic source dependable, or will it be subject to the whims of Google? Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen this with AdWords and things like this. I would say that AdWords for the last several years has been very, very dependable. I would say it was about, I don't even remember nowadays, but 8 years, 10 years ago when it got really, really bad, when it was not dependable. People were just being, you know, booted off at their whim, much like Facebook is starting to be right now. But Google has, you know, swung their pendulum way back and has been stable for a really long time. And the shopping platform, even more stable. And really the biggest reason is that there's just nothing to get in trouble there. You're not creating ads, so you won't run afoul of any kind of, you know, copywriting problems or issues. And, you know, you're not specifying keywords, so you won't be bidding on keywords you're not supposed to. It just basically saying, it's as easy as saying to Google, I got one of these, can you sell it for me? And if Google, you know, if you're going to get in trouble, it will be Google doing it by itself, for crying out loud, because they're the ones who are deciding, you know, where to have things show up. Hopefully that makes sense.
Hey, Steve, I thought just, I know that there's lots more questions we can go through, and we can keep doing that behind the scenes, but I really wanted to highlight a few more really important things here, just as we're, you know, as we're progressing, as people are making decisions about whether they're jumping in. And congratulations and thank you to everyone who has jumped in. Man, you guys are in for the ride of your life, I think, with this. This is genuinely an opportunity, you know, of a decade, I would say, unlike anything that I've certainly ever seen before in the world of e-commerce. So I want to share some more success stories and just talk a little bit about what this can do for you. I mean, when it comes down to it, this can give you a life of freedom. It can get you there fast. And whether that's, you know, owning your own super yacht like Steve, or traveling in business, or spending time with your family, or working on your laptop in the French Alps, or, you know, safari in Africa, it doesn't matter. It might just be something really simple, like paying off your mortgage or buying a car for your daughter or something. But whatever you want to achieve, this can do it, because it gives you speed and it gives you scale. So even if you think you missed your opportunity because, you know, you're not 25 years old anymore, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you can make enormous strides forward in a matter of months with this. And, you know, just to back up a little bit here, don't forget that we've got that double your money back guarantee. This here is our way of sharing with you that we are so confident that regardless of what you've done in the past, we can get you to the finish line with this. We can get you to the finish line. We can have you making sales inside of 60 days. Once you've seen how to make one sale, you're going to know how to make hundreds of sales. Your first sale is typically the most difficult. With this system, it's not difficult at all, and we're going to grow and build on that. This is JB working out of Argentina. Can this work internationally? Absolutely it can. He's working out of Argentina. $16,900. By the way, that's a lot of money in Argentina. But you can see what he's saying there. Results in his first 2 weeks have exceeded his wildest dreams. For the first time, he feels truly in control of his financial future. You saw Steve work through this site from $0 to $300 on the first day, $1,300 by day 6. $2,174 by day 30. I mean, this is real deal stuff here. Some of the results from this one of these beta sites, 140 grand just selling 3 products in a 10-week test. And you can cash out as well. So you are building a real deal asset that you can sell if you want to. Or perhaps you want to leave a legacy. This is something that you can build a huge business and help your kids or whatever it is that you want to do. Regular people getting life-changing results. This is 100% tried and tested. Look, here are more stories that we haven't spoken about of people who are using this system and who have crushed it. These are real people getting real results. And you can absolutely be next, but you need to take that leap of faith. Now it's your turn. Make 2020 your breakthrough year. This is the time to do this. This is the time to forget about what's happened in the past, focus on what's happening in the right now. And tell you what, this is going to be a wave that you want to ride, because this is an example of how you can let the current take you. So instead of battling away against the current, trying to make something work that worked well a couple of years ago, just jump on what's working right now and see results in a matter of days or weeks, okay? And what we really want you to do, though, is just to make a fully informed decision. I'm not even asking you for a firm yes or no right here today. I'm asking you to make a fully informed decision, and that's all. The only way that you can really make a fully informed decision is to get on the inside, not on the outside. You need to get on the inside to see if everything that we've spoken about on this workshop is as valuable as we've said it is. And then, if it is, you keep it. And if it's not for you, then that's fine, no hard feelings. After you've signed up using the link that you can see on the screen there, you'll be able to make that fully informed decision. But you can't really make that right now, just for the same reason that it's hard to make a fully informed decision if you were to buy a house without actually looking inside it first. You need to take a look inside. And I want you to know this: if you change your mind 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, if you're just not happy or you just change your mind, you don't even have to have a reason. Contact us. We will give you an immediate refund. No hard feelings, no questions asked. We'll just say, hey man, thanks for trying. At least you gave it a shot. You've got nothing to lose, but you need to give yourself a chance to make an informed decision. So don't wait any longer. Go to the URL that you can see, sign up right now, and you can see everything for yourself firsthand, okay? But again, don't wait around, do it right now. And look, we have passed the 30, we've blown past the 30 for the Fast 30, but if you jump in right now, we'll make sure that we can expand that Fast 30 pack so that you can get the benefit of that as well. Now, the next thing that a lot of you are saying in the question box, and it's obvious, right? This is a big investment. I get it. It might even be the biggest that you've considered making in a long time, but let's just look at the facts. Access to this costs one payment of $3,497 or 4 payments of $997. Now, for a lot of people, the knee-jerk reaction is just to think that you can't afford it, but that's not always true. At $997, if you want to get in the door and secure your spot, you'll be able to find a way to scrape $997 together, I think, if you want it bad enough. It's about how bad you want in. If you want in badly enough, you will find a way. For example, if you just found out that you had to pay $997 today, otherwise your leg was going to fall off, you'd find a way to scrape together $997. You'd find a way. So the real question is, are you willing to do what it takes to jump in? And I think, if you're listening to this by now, you're probably already getting a feeling of whether or not this is working for you. And let's not forget, not only are we giving you 30 days of no questions asked refund period, meaning that you can change your mind, like I said, 29 minutes from now, 29 days from now, and you'll get a full refund, no questions asked. We are so confident that you'll succeed with this that we are giving you a double guarantee. As long as you follow all the steps in the training, we know that you'll be making sales well inside of 60 days. And if you're not only will we return your investment, we will double it. Okay, so look, we're putting you in a win-win situation. We're taking all the risk on our shoulders. We're putting you in a win-win situation so that regardless of how tight your financial position might be, as long as you follow our proven system, you cannot come out of this in a bad way. There is only upside. We are protecting you not just 100% with the 30-day refund period, but 200% with the double your money back guarantee. Look, In life, if you do nothing, then nothing changes. Everything stays the same. In fact, it doesn't just stay the same. Things get worse when you do nothing, because the longer you do nothing, the worse off you sort of become. But you get a chance to take action and sign up and put yourself in a position to succeed, and that is what you need to do here today. First, you need to find a way to get in. That's all you need to worry about right now, is finding a way to get in, take action, sign up, type "I'm in." Let us know that you are in. Type it in the chat box once you're in. If you're still in the process of getting in, that's fine. Just type "in process." We will add your name to that special list of people who get the Fast 30 bonus. Now, another thing people sometimes say is, "I don't have time." And for those of you who haven't signed up yet, who can afford it, so let's say you haven't signed up, you're sitting here listening to this. From a financial point of view, you know that you could make this work if you really wanted to. Perhaps one of the things that you're thinking about is time. And that's good, because money can be replenished, but a minute gone, well, a minute gone is gone forever. Time is always ticking by. You can't get it back. But here's what I know about you and what I know about your time. The first thing I know is that you can make time for things that are worthwhile. In fact, you're here right now, almost 1.5 hours into this workshop. So I know you have some time, but do you have enough time? Well, time is the only thing that is given out equally to each and every person, on planet Earth. But it's not really how much time you have, it's what you do with that time that matters. It's about how you prioritize. Look, you can start this lifestyle business with as little as 5 hours per week. So the people worried about time, 5 hours per week is what I'm telling you. If you can scrape together 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, then you're going to be able to make this work. If you can't commit to 5 hours per week, then this is not the right opportunity for you. I believe that if you're here right now listening to this, is because in your heart you know that you can do better in life. Look, the best can always get better. You can always do better in life, and I feel like you know that. And you can build a better lifestyle for you and your family. Otherwise, I don't think you'd still be on this workshop 1.5 hours in. So if you knew for certain that you could improve your life, your finances, and your freedom just by waking up 20 minutes earlier and going to bed 20 minutes later, would you do it? I hope you would. I hope you would, because that's all you need to do to get started. You need to jump on the inside using that URL that you can see on the screen, and you'll be in. And look, sometimes you might have to be a little bit resourceful as well. Sometimes you'll have to be resourceful, find a way to make it work. But find a way to make it work. Don't fall into the win-then trap. Most people like to think that, in a win-then way, which is why most people end up broke at the age of retirement. This win-then approach is disastrous. People sometimes say, Aidan, when I have more time, then I'll start, I'll decide to start my business. But that's a bit like saying, when I feel better, I'll start living healthier. Or when I have more money, then I'll start investing and building wealth. That's just not how life works. You've been waiting for an opportunity your whole life. And if you keep on waiting, then you're just going to keep on waiting, and you may as well give up. It's action that creates results, not waiting. This is the opportunity of a decade in the world of e-commerce. We've never seen anything like it. We've never got the kind of results that we're getting right now. We've never seen our beta students get the kind of results that they're getting. It's simple and it's fast, and you can scale it. So you know what limits most people? It's not even time, it's not money, it's not fear, it's opportunity. So of the 7.5 billion people on the planet, most of them are never going to see this, but here you are. One of the first people to ever see this. And you've got the unique opportunity to jump in and take action on this right now. But you need to take action right now, or you will miss out. Now, you can figure it all out for yourself. I know you could. I'm 100% certain that you could. You've seen an overview of the model. With a bit of trial and error, you could probably figure it out. But why would you want to do that? We can help you bypass all of the heartache and failure of trial and error and trying to do it yourself, and just give you step-by-step blueprint that will get you to where you want to go, and give you all of this software that we've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in to bring you up to speed and get you making money as fast as humanly possible. But you need to take action right now. If you've decided that you're going to jump in, type "I'm in" the question box. If you're still thinking about it, type "thinking." if you're on the fence, if there's a big burning question that we haven't answered, something you need to know, type fence in capital letters and let us know what that is. And in the meantime, I just want to share a little bit about the pricing paradox. So this is clearly not cheap, but it's also unlike anything you would have seen before. The best things in life are almost never cheap. They always require some effort, either financial effort or time effort or both. And cheap things or things that come too easily are almost never very good. So when we were deciding on making the Kibo Code, we had a couple of choices. The first is we could create a solution that catered to as many people as humanly possible. Maybe we could stitch together a few videos, make a PDF, sell it for $50, $100. But we would have limited ourselves and your opportunity by doing that. The second option we had was not to start at price, but to focus on value. If we wanted to put every opportunity, every advantage that we could in your corner, what would that look like? So that's how we started. That's how we approached it. And we know that this turns off a lot of the market who only care about the price tag. But it gives us an enormous advantage. It means we can truly build world-class tools that are going to make this stupidly simple for you. It means we can engineer one-of-a-kind solutions so that you can really nail this opportunity once and for all and break the rut that you may be in. But this isn't for the hobbyist, or the person that just has the slight desire to get ahead. And it's not priced for the hobbyist. This is for someone who's serious, who wants to work with us, who wants to come and meet us face to face, look us in the eyes in a couple of months' time and tell us how they're doing with their business. We know that you can do this. We know that you can do it, but you have to take action. Or of course, you could just do nothing. But if you do nothing, then nothing is going to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you want something to change, then you need to pony up the little investment that we're asking for you here today. And I did say little deliberately because if you compare it to all the value that you're getting in return, it's small. What we're showing you is how you can make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per day. How we make $76,000 in a 24-hour period, and all we're asking for is, you can get in the door for $997. This is a chance to invest in yourself and make 2020 your best year yet. But you have to make the decision to do it. You have to make the decision to do it. And now is the time to jump in. So if you're ready to jump in, if you're going to jump in, let me know in the question box. We still have a free gift to give away at the end of the workshop here. And we've also got $1,250, which we're going to be giving away at the end of the workshop. And look, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people succeed with e-commerce, selling physical products online. And we know for a fact that you can be next. But you have to jump in right now if you want to do this, okay? You deserve this. You deserve it. There are so many knuckleheads out there who, make money, making money online, and you deserve to as well. If other people can do it, why can't you? If you're willing to work hard, follow the blueprint, then get in right now using the link that you can see on the screen. Let's do this together. And don't let fear get in the way. Don't let fear of embarrassment or fear of failure or anything else get in the way. This is something that you can build on the sidelines, and then you can reveal it to your friends and family later if you want to when you're making $1,000 per day. And what happens if you don't do this? Well, I've said it before, but if nothing changes, then nothing changes. You need to initiate change. You need to go outside your comfort zone. It's nervous when you go outside your comfort zone, but you need to go outside your comfort zone and take a leap of faith into something completely different than anything you've done before. This is radically different, and as a result, you're going to get radically different results. What is the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is you work hard for 60 days and it doesn't work out and you get a double your money back guarantee because you've followed everything we said to the letter. That's the worst that could happen. But don't let your fear cripple your ability to improve your life. Don't let your fear define your life. It's okay to be afraid. Be afraid. Take a leap of faith. Jump in anyway. And you've got 200% protection because you've got the 30-day guarantee and you've got the 60-day double your money back guarantee. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose here, and you can get started with 4 simple steps. But you need to take action right now if you want to get in, or you will miss this opportunity. Steve, I know we've got some more questions there, and we've probably only got about another 5 minutes left here now, guys. So look, if you were going to jump in, I want you to make your decision before the end of this workshop, because you've invested a good chunk of time with us. You may as well make your decision now as well. So Steve, are there a few more questions or concerns that we need to go through there?
I think there was one confusing point about our refund policy, and so just to be clear, the way what we're trying to accomplish here is a double protection. So think of the first 30-day refund policy as this: get in, kick the tires, see what we're trying to do, and if within the first 30 days you don't like it, I don't care what the reason is, or you don't have to have a reason. You just say refund, and you pull the ripcord and you're out, okay? And then the second level of protection is, okay, you've decided you love what we're doing, everything's great, the first 30 days look amazing. Then you've got this other protection, which is, look, if in the first 60 days, this point you have to work the system for us though. You have to do what we tell you to do. So if you do what we tell you to do, and you still are not able to make things work, or for whatever reason, then that's where our double money back guarantee comes into play. So hopefully that's a little bit less confusing. The other thing is that people were asking about are the 5 done for you products. They're finding it very hard to believe that these are just for them. And Liz, I can assure you, these are just for you. So once you select them, they are not available, and they're in your stable of products. They are not available for other people to have in their products, okay? And so that's one of the reasons why we have to obviously limit the number of people that we take into the Kibo code. And that's not the same for all the other 3 million products. If you start to market a product, yes, other people could do that. But listen, there's tons of products and they're being added every single day. So hopefully that clears that up. Just trying to see if there are other questions. Those were the big ones that kept coming up, Aiden.
Maybe what we can do then is just recap 5 more minutes, and we'll quickly recap the different components for people, and then I think we can wrap it up here. So we'll do that right now. I'll just run through things again. So 4 simple steps. This is really what it boils down to. Install your store, load up your products, turn on the traffic, make sales and profits. Okay, they are the 4 simple steps. We're going to walk you through each of them step by step by step. It's completely newbie friendly, and we're going to go from start to finish and help you grow your business. We're going to show you how all the traffic works and how to make sales, optimize everything, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to get you to making a single sale as fast as humanly possible, and then go from there to $100 a day, $1,000 a day, $2,500 per day, and beyond. And I know that I throw these numbers around just like they're not a big deal, but it will be a big deal when you make $100 a day, and you will celebrate making $1,000 a day, even if you can't really believe yourself doing that now because you've never done it before. Believe me, you could be just weeks away from actually doing that. You're getting everything that you need to succeed in a way that is fast and scalable. Speed and scale are the name of the game. You're getting all of the training from start to finish, 8 weeks of training, and we do the training in different ways. So we've got videos, manuals, weekly webinars, mind maps, and much, much more. And when you jump in today, you're going to get immediate access to the members area, and you're going to be able to go in and get started on the pre-course material. So there's a lot of good stuff in there for you to get started on immediately. Store Storm, this is how you will install your store at the push of a button. This is not just any store. This is a store that we have rigorously tested the heck out of, and it's a real converter. It's going to help you make more money, just as much money as you can from your store with the traffic that you're getting. Profit Vault, we took a look at that. This is how you can slice and dice millions of products and thousands in a matter of seconds. What you're doing here is it's a bit like push button gold mining. And then when you find a nugget of gold, you lob it straight into your store, and it's just like making money. So this is what Profit Vault is all about. And Profit Vault is really, that's where you're finding these money-making products. And if you didn't have the access to the Kibo code, that would be one of the big headaches, is that you wouldn't have a way of rapidly slicing and dicing the different products that you could be selling. Then the traffic black box, we're getting into traffic that we have never, ever spoken to anyone about. Quite frankly, the way that we use this traffic is incredibly effective. You're going to find out exactly how it works, and it's so easy to get up and running. Forget about the days of struggling away with complicated Facebook campaigns and all the other traffic issues that we've traditionally had. This makes things simple. You're getting Oracle X, more big shortcuts, more tools and systems to speed things up and also save you money. The 5 hand-picked products. Yes, these are 5 unique hand-picked products that you're going to be able to get to start with. They're going to remove a lot of the guesswork. And again, you only need 1 or 2 products to make a huge amount of money. We're giving you 5. And then there's the Kibo Academy. This is all the support, the community, and all the hand-holding that we're going to give you. And, of course, the live event. I'm really, really excited about this. Getting in a room with you face-to-face. This is not like anything that we've done before. We've held mastermind groups for the past 6 or 7 years. But what we're doing is we're getting a lot of like-minded people in one room here together, and it's going to be amazing. So you're going to want to be a part of that for sure. And you're going to get the recordings as a bonus, the secret mastermind, the 7-figure scaling secrets. And again, you don't need to have any special experience to succeed with this. There's none of the traditional obstacles are going to hamper you this time. And if you do come up against any obstacle, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you get through and get to the finish line. This is the perfect opportunity. I think it's the perfect opportunity, period. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you've got a $1 million business already. This is what is working right now and is going to continue to work for years to come. It's a quantum leap forward in the way that we're doing e-commerce. The value here is huge. You're getting absolutely everything that you could possibly need, but you need to jump in right now or you will miss out. We've eliminated all of the hurdles. Okay, this is the thing that you need to be focused on if you want to succeed with this and you want to make 2020 your breakthrough year. The Kibo code can get you there, but we can only accept a small number of people in. We're going to be shutting down the doors as soon as we hit capacity. We have the first live training session on Friday, and we have no plans to reopen. So you need to jump in right now. You can see the link on the screen there. Go to that link. We've got it in the chat box, and you can make your investment and get started. We would love to have you with us. We're excited that we're going to have you with us for those of you that are jumping in, and this is going to be a real game changer for the people that are jumping in here. Again, you've got 0 risk. You've got 30-day money back guarantee. You've got double your money 60-day guarantee as well. We've got you covered. Now, we do have a special gift that we're going to leave you with. This is where you can go to get a free gift. It's a special video from Steve about just the state of e-commerce right now and things that you can do to turn your current success around or to have more success in 2020. So look, guys, that's where you can get the free gift. You can go there and download the gift. And again, you've got everything to gain here and nothing to lose. We would love to have you with us. Take the leap of faith, jump on the inside, and we can't wait to dive into this with you on Friday. Thanks for putting your trust in us. Thanks for hanging out with us here for the past hour and a half or so. We look forward to getting to know you all even more and watching you succeed in the weeks to come. We're going to wrap this up now, guys. Thanks again. We will talk soon. Bye for now.